Finding strength in turbulent times through Stoic wisdom. In a world increasingly defined by its relentless pace and emotional volatility, the ancient wisdom of Stoicism emerges as a powerful and enduring guide. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, eloquently captured the essence of this philosophy when he declared, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This profound statement speaks to the core of Stoicism, the ability to cultivate inner resilience and navigate life's inevitable storms with unwavering resolve. How do we find that anchor of strength amidst the turbulent waves of emotion and external pressures? Today, we embark on a journey into the heart of Stoic philosophy, exploring 7 key lessons that provide a roadmap for mastering our emotions, embracing adversity, and living a life of purpose and tranquility. We'll weave together the timeless wisdom of the Stoics with modern insights and practical applications, offering a framework for transforming our responses to life's challenges and cultivating a more fulfilling and meaningful existence. Imagine this not simply as a set of rules, but as a pathway to inner liberation, where self-awareness and conscious action become the cornerstones of a resilient and virtuous life. The 7 Stoic lessons for emotional mastery. 1. Understand what's in your control, the dichotomy of control. Life is a tapestry woven with threads of joy, sorrow, success, and failure. Unexpected events, disappointments, and sudden changes are inevitable parts of the human experience. However, the Stoics offer a powerful framework for navigating these uncertainties, the dichotomy of control. This foundational principle distinguishes between what we can influence, our thoughts, actions, and reactions, and what lies beyond our grasp, external events, the actions of others, and the passage of time. Picture this scenario: you've meticulously planned an outdoor event, pouring your heart and soul into every detail. Despite all your preparations, the weather takes an unexpected turn, and rain begins to fall. In that moment, you face a choice. You cannot control the rain, no matter how much you desire to. However, you can control your reaction to it. You could succumb to frustration, lamenting the ruined plans and dwelling on the unfairness of the situation. Alternatively, you could adapt, embracing the change and finding creative solutions. Perhaps you move the event indoors, transforming the outdoor gathering into a cozy indoor celebration. Or perhaps you see the rain as a refreshing change, an opportunity for guests to connect in a more intimate setting. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher who rose from slavery to become one of the most influential thinkers of his time, succinctly captured this principle: some things are in our control and others not. This simple statement holds a profound wisdom that has the power to transform our lives. Each day, we are confronted with a myriad of situations, some within our sphere of influence, such as our daily routines, the books we read, and the company we keep. However, many aspects of life lie beyond our control, including global events, the actions of others, and the inevitable flow of time. Herein lies the key to Stoic equanimity: our well-being does not depend on external events themselves, but on how we interpret and respond to them. It is not the event itself, but our judgment about the event that causes our emotions. Think back to a time when you faced a significant setback, perhaps failing to secure a job you deeply desired. In the immediate aftermath, it likely felt like a devastating blow, a crushing disappointment that threatened to derail your aspirations. However, with the passage of time, you may have come to realize that this setback was a blessing in disguise, leading you to a more fulfilling opportunity or a period of profound personal growth. How, then, do we put this Stoic principle into practice? The first step is to cultivate self-awareness, to consciously examine our thoughts and reactions in the face of adversity. Begin by asking yourself, is this something I have control over? If the answer is yes, take action, focusing your energy on addressing the situation and implementing solutions. If the answer is no, then it is an opportunity to practice acceptance and adaptability, embracing the reality of the situation and choosing a response that aligns with your values and promotes inner peace. By truly understanding and internalizing the dichotomy of control, we can free ourselves from unnecessary anguish and navigate life with a sense of calm and purpose. We come to realize that while we cannot control the winds of fortune, we can adjust our sails, steering our course with wisdom and resilience. In a world that often feels chaotic and unpredictable, the dichotomy of control serves as a beacon of clarity, reminding us to focus our energy where it matters most and to embrace the serenity that comes from knowing that some things are simply beyond our grasp. It is not about passive resignation, but rather about active acceptance, choosing to respond with wisdom and virtue in the face of circumstances beyond our control. 2. Reflect before reacting, cultivating thoughtful responses. In today's fast-paced digital age, where instant gratification and immediate responses are often celebrated, the art of reflection can seem like a forgotten relic of the past. However, it is precisely this act of pausing, pondering, and deliberately considering our responses that can be our saving grace, our compass in a world that often demands knee-jerk reactions and impulsive decisions. Consider the countless choices we face each day, both large and small, from choosing a meal at a restaurant to deciding on a career path. The spectrum of options is vast, but it is not simply the magnitude of these decisions that matters, it is the manner in which we approach them. Do we allow ourselves to be swept away by impulse and emotion, or do we pause, reflect, and make conscious choices that align with our values and goals? Let's delve into a common scenario. You are reading a message, an email, a text, a social media post, that strikes a nerve, triggering a surge of anger or defensiveness. Perhaps it is a colleague questioning your work, a friend making an offhand comment, or a stranger posting an inflammatory statement online. Your gut reaction might be to lash out, to respond with an equally harsh or defensive message, escalating the conflict and potentially damaging the relationship. However, what if, instead of diving headfirst into that emotional whirlpool, you took a step back, creating a space between the stimulus and your response? By allowing yourself that momentary detachment, you are not suppressing your emotions, you are simply giving them a space to breathe, to be understood, and to be processed before you react. This practice of reflection is not about passive acceptance or avoidance, it is about active engagement with our thoughts and feelings. It is about asking probing questions. Why did this comment affect me so deeply? What underlying beliefs or past experiences are influencing my current emotions? Is my immediate reaction based on the present situation or on unresolved baggage from the past? Moreover, reflection before reacting is a tool that fosters empathy and understanding. By giving ourselves time to process our own emotions, we also allow ourselves to consider the perspectives of others. Maybe that colleague had a stressful day and their comment was not intended to be malicious. Maybe that friend did not realize the weight of their words and the impact they would have. By reflecting, we open the door to understanding, not just for ourselves but for those around us. In interpersonal relationships, this practice can be a cornerstone of healthy communication and conflict resolution. How many misunderstandings could be avoided if we took the time to reflect before reacting, considering the other person's perspective and choosing our words with care? How many bridges could be built instead of burned if we approached disagreements with a spirit of understanding and a willingness to listen? Furthermore, in professional settings, the ability to pause and ponder is invaluable. Leaders who reflect before making decisions are often more respected and effective. They are seen as thoughtful, measured, and wise. Their decisions, born from reflection, often stand the test of time, reflecting a deeper understanding of the situation and a commitment to the long-term well-being of the organization. In a world that often feels like it is moving at breakneck speed, the act of reflection becomes a form of rebellion, a quiet yet powerful statement that we will not be swept away by the currents of immediacy. It is a commitment to ourselves, to our well-being, and to the quality of our interactions with the world. In essence, to reflect before reacting is more than just a practice, it is a philosophy, a way of life that champions depth over breadth, understanding over impulsivity, and meaningful connections over fleeting interactions. It is a journey inward that has profound outward implications, shaping not just our responses but the very fabric of our lives, fostering a more compassionate, understanding, and ultimately more fulfilling existence. 3. Practice dispassion, cultivating emotional equilibrium. In a world that often feels like an emotional roller coaster, filled with soaring highs and crushing lows, the idea of practicing dispassion might seem out of place, even paradoxical. However, let's delve deeper into what it truly means and the transformative power it holds. Dispassion, in the Stoic sense, is not about suppressing emotions or becoming indifferent to the world around us. It is about cultivating a balanced perspective, a calm center amidst the storm, a state of emotional equilibrium that allows us to navigate life's challenges with greater clarity and resilience. Imagine being able to observe events, situations, and even your own emotions without being overwhelmed by them, without being swept away by the tide of reactivity. Think about the last time you watched a gripping movie, a film that evoked a range of emotions from tension and excitement to sadness and joy. While you were deeply engaged in the story, a part of you always knew that it was just a movie, a work of fiction designed to elicit certain responses. You didn't rush to help the hero or console the crying character. You observed, you felt, but you remained in your seat, maintaining a degree of detachment. This is the essence of practicing dispassion, being deeply engaged with life, feeling its many emotions, but also knowing when to remain seated in the theater of your mind, observing without getting lost in the drama, maintaining a sense of perspective that allows you to respond with wisdom and intention. This approach becomes a lifeline in our modern age of information overload. Every day, we are bombarded with news, updates, and notifications, each designed to capture our attention and elicit an emotional response. Reacting passionately to every piece of information would leave us perpetually exhausted, emotionally drained, and prone to impulsive decisions. Dispassion offers a buffer, a way to engage with the world in a more sustainable and balanced manner, allowing us to process information critically and respond with thoughtfulness rather than knee-jerk reactions. Dispassion also plays a pivotal role in interpersonal relationships. We've all been in situations where conversations get heated, where disagreements arise, where emotions run high. In such moments, practicing dispassion can be the difference between a productive discussion and a damaging argument. It allows us to listen more effectively, to respond rather than react, and to navigate conflicts with understanding and grace, seeking solutions rather than simply defending our own positions. Cultivating dispassion starts with self-awareness, with regularly checking in with ourselves, recognizing our emotional triggers, and understanding our patterns of reactivity. This self-knowledge creates a space between stimulus and response, a gap in which we can choose our reactions, act with intention rather than impulse, and align our responses with our values. While dispassion might sound like detachment from life's joys and pleasures, it actually enhances them. By not being overly attached to outcomes, by not clinging to expectations, we can fully immerse ourselves in the journey, savoring each moment without the constant fear of loss or change. We can appreciate the beauty of a sunset without lamenting its inevitable end, and we can cherish the joy of a relationship without fearing its potential demise. Practicing dispassion is about finding equilibrium in an ever-changing world, a state of emotional stability that allows us to weather life's storms with grace and resilience. It's a compass that points to inner peace, guiding us through life's varied terrains with wisdom and clarity. By embracing this practice, we not only enrich our own lives but also bring a sense of calm and clarity to those around us, creating a more harmonious and compassionate world. 4. Ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? Gaining perspective. Life is a constant stream of experiences, both pleasant and unpleasant, that test our patience, resilience, and perspective. From minor inconveniences, such as a spilled cup of coffee, to more significant challenges, such as disagreements with loved ones or setbacks in our careers, our days are punctuated with situations that evoke a range of emotions. In the heat of the moment, it's easy to get swept up in the immediacy of our feelings, allowing anger, frustration, or disappointment to cloud our judgment. A missed deadline, a critical comment, or a forgotten anniversary can feel like the end of the world, consuming our thoughts and impacting our mood. However, one simple yet powerful question can shift our perspective, provide clarity, and help us to regain our emotional equilibrium. Will this matter in 5 years? This question acts as a mental time machine, transporting us to the future and allowing us to look back at the present moment from a distance. Suddenly, that heated argument or that missed opportunity is seen in a different light, its significance diminished by the passage of time. Most of the things we fret about today will be forgotten footnotes in the grand narrative of our lives, fleeting moments that fade into the background as we continue to navigate our journeys. Consider the challenges and worries you had 5 years ago. How many of them still hold weight today? How many have been overshadowed by new experiences, learnings, and memories? This realization can be both humbling and liberating, reminding us that the vast majority of our daily anxieties are ultimately insignificant in the grand scheme of things. Using this question as a regular touchstone helps in prioritizing our concerns, allowing us to distinguish between short-term setbacks and long-term implications. It assists us in separating the truly important from the merely urgent, preventing us from wasting our energy and emotional resources on things that will ultimately have little impact on our overall well-being. For instance, while a bad day at work might feel overwhelming and stressful now, in the grand scheme of things, it's just one day in a career spanning decades, a temporary setback that will likely be forgotten with the passage of time. This perspective also fosters resilience when faced with adversity, reminding ourselves of the bigger picture can reduce anxiety and promote problem solving. Instead of getting bogged down by the problem at hand, we can strategize, adapt, and move forward, knowing that time often brings clarity and solutions, and that even the most challenging situations are often temporary and ultimately surmountable. However, it's not just about minimizing our concerns. This question also encourages us to focus on what truly matters in the long run. If we want our actions and decisions to have a lasting significance, we need to invest in relationships, personal growth, and experiences that stand the test of time. We need to prioritize those things that will bring us joy, fulfillment, and meaning not just today, but also in 5 years, 10 years, and beyond. In a world that often emphasizes the now, the immediate gratification of fleeting desires, asking ourselves, will this matter in 5 years, is a beacon, guiding us towards a life of purpose, perspective, and peace. By regularly revisiting this question, we can navigate life's ups and downs with greater grace and wisdom, ensuring that our energy and attention are directed towards what truly counts in the long run. It's a reminder to focus on the enduring, the meaningful, and the things that will ultimately define us as individuals. 5. Keep a Stoic journal, cultivating self-awareness and growth. The act of journaling has been celebrated across cultures and epochs, not merely as a record of events, but as a powerful tool for introspection, personal growth, and clarity of thought. The Stoics, with their emphasis on self-awareness, reason, and personal betterment, were no strangers to this transformative practice. A Stoic journal is not simply a diary of daily happenings, it is a dedicated space for reflection, for engaging in a dialogue with oneself, for dissecting emotions, decisions, and reactions with honesty and objectivity. It is a place where the external world meets the internal, where events are weighed against personal values and beliefs, and where we strive to understand ourselves and our place in the cosmos. Imagine ending your day by recounting not just what happened, but how you responded to those events. Why did a particular comment upset you? What triggered that burst of joy during a seemingly mundane task? By dissecting our day in this way, we begin to understand the patterns of our psyche, the triggers that sway our mood, the values that guide our decisions, and the habits that shape our days. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, kept a personal journal which is now known as Meditations. This remarkable work was not intended for publication, it was a private dialogue, a space for him to guide himself, to remind himself of Stoic principles, and to navigate the challenges of his life with wisdom and virtue. Through his writings, we see a man grappling with his responsibilities, his emotions, and his place in the universe. He confronts his own mortality, acknowledges his imperfections, and strives to live in accordance with reason and virtue. But you don't have to be an emperor to benefit from keeping a Stoic journal. In our modern lives, filled with distractions, information overload, and a constant barrage of external stimuli, setting aside time for introspection becomes even more crucial. A daily check-in with oneself provides a grounding ritual, bringing clarity amidst chaos and offering a much-needed opportunity to process our experiences and align our actions with our values. Over time, this practice can lead to profound insights. You might notice that certain situations repeatedly cause you stress, prompting you to either address those situations directly or change your perspective on them. You might find that specific practices, such as gratitude journaling, mindfulness meditation, or acts of kindness, consistently elevate your mood and outlook on life. The patterns that emerge from your journal can serve as a roadmap for personal growth, highlighting areas where you can cultivate greater resilience, wisdom, and virtue. Beyond insights, a Stoic journal fosters accountability. By committing to daily reflection, we hold ourselves accountable for our reactions and decisions, making it harder to ignore repeated mistakes or to brush off lapses in judgment. Instead, we are prompted to learn from our errors, adapt our behaviors, and grow in wisdom and self-awareness. We become more conscious of our own shortcomings and more motivated to strive for excellence in all aspects of our lives. In essence, keeping a Stoic journal is like having a wise, non-judgmental friend by your side, always ready to listen, to reflect, and to guide you on your journey of self-discovery. It's a commitment to personal growth, to understanding oneself better, and to living a life aligned with one's values and principles. It's a practice that can transform your perspective, enhance your resilience, and ultimately lead you to a more fulfilling and meaningful existence. 6. See obstacles as opportunities, transforming challenges into growth. The world is replete with challenges, from personal setbacks to global upheavals. Obstacles are an inherent part of the human experience. We all face difficulties, disappointments, and unforeseen circumstances that test our limits and challenge our resolve. However, what if, instead of viewing these challenges as burdens, as obstacles to be overcome with gritted teeth, we saw them as opportunities in disguise, as catalysts for growth and self-discovery? The Stoics held a powerful and transformative perspective on adversity. They believed that while we cannot always control the events that befall us, we can always control our interpretation and response to them. This shift in perspective transforms challenges from mere setbacks to valuable lessons, from sources of frustration to opportunities for growth, resilience, and wisdom. A quote by the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius encapsulates this idea beautifully: "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This profound statement suggests that every obstacle, every challenge, can propel us forward if we choose to see it as an opportunity for growth. What appears to be a roadblock can actually be a stepping stone, leading us to new and unexpected destinations. Consider a river that encounters a boulder in its path. Instead of stopping, the river finds a way around it, either by eroding the boulder over time, slowly but surely wearing it down, or by carving a new path around it, adapting to the changing landscape. The boulder, an apparent obstacle, becomes an agent of change, reshaping the river's course and creating new and beautiful landscapes. Similarly, in our lives, challenges can redirect our paths, often leading us to outcomes we hadn't imagined or even considered possible. For instance, a job loss, while initially devastating and unsettling, might lead to a new career path, a chance to upskill and acquire new knowledge, or even the opportunity to start a venture of one's own, pursuing a passion that had previously been relegated to the realm of dreams. A failed relationship, while painful and heartbreaking, might pave the way for personal growth, self-discovery, and deeper, more meaningful connections in the future. This Stoic perspective also fosters resilience, making us more adaptable and more willing to face adversity head-on. When we start viewing challenges as opportunities, we become less likely to be discouraged by setbacks and more likely to persevere in the face of difficulty. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" we begin to ask, "What can I learn from this? How can this experience shape me for the better? How can I use this challenge to become stronger, wiser, and more compassionate?" Of course, this doesn't mean we should seek out challenges or dismiss genuine hardships. It's not about romanticizing suffering or pretending that adversity is always easy to overcome. It's about recognizing that within every challenge lies potential, a seed of opportunity waiting to be nurtured. By cultivating a positive perspective, practicing patience, and persevering through difficult times, we can transform obstacles into stepping stones, leading us towards growth, wisdom, and fulfillment. 7. Practice gratitude, anchoring yourself in the present. In the vast tapestry of human emotions, gratitude stands out as a golden thread, weaving moments of joy, contentment, and perspective into our lives. While it is an emotion that can arise spontaneously, triggered by acts of kindness, moments of beauty, or unexpected blessings, the Stoics believed in the deliberate practice of gratitude, making it a daily ritual to anchor oneself in the present moment and appreciate the abundance that already exists in our lives. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you, it's a deep acknowledgement of the myriad forces, moments, and individuals that enrich our lives. It's about recognizing the beauty in the mundane, the lessons in the challenges, and the fleeting nature of every experience, making it all the more precious and worthy of appreciation. Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, once said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future." This encapsulates the essence of gratitude, being deeply rooted in the present moment, cherishing every experience, every interaction, and every opportunity as a gift, rather than constantly striving for something more, something better, something that lies beyond our reach. Consider the simple pleasures we often take for granted, the warmth of the sun on a cold day, the sound of laughter, a meal shared with loved ones, or the very breath that sustains us. By pausing to acknowledge and appreciate these moments, we magnify their beauty and significance in our lives, allowing them to fill us with joy and contentment. Practicing gratitude also offers a counterbalance to the human tendency to focus on what's lacking, on unmet desires, or on uncertainties about the future. By shifting our focus to what we have rather than what we lack, we cultivate contentment, reduce feelings of envy or resentment, and enhance our overall well-being. We learn to appreciate the abundance that already exists in our lives, rather than constantly chasing after something more, something that may never truly satisfy us. One might wonder how one cultivates this practice of gratitude in a consistent and meaningful way. It can be as simple as starting or ending the day by listing 3 things you're grateful for, either in your mind or in a journal. These things can be big or small, profound or mundane. The important thing is to take the time to consciously acknowledge and appreciate the good things in your life. Over time, this practice can transform your outlook, making you more receptive to life's blessings and more resilient in the face of challenges. You begin to see the world through a different lens, noticing the beauty and goodness that surrounds you, even in the midst of difficult circumstances. You become more aware of the many ways in which you are supported and loved, and you develop a deeper appreciation for the gift of life itself. Furthermore, gratitude strengthens relationships. By expressing appreciation for the acts of kindness, support, or love we receive from others, we nurture bonds, foster mutual respect, and create a positive feedback loop of goodwill and affection. We make others feel valued and appreciated, and in turn, we strengthen our own connections to them. In a world that often emphasizes more possessions, more achievements, more desires, gratitude is a gentle reminder of the abundance that already exists in our lives. It's a call to celebrate the present, to embrace life with open arms, and to tread the path of existence with a heart full of thanks. It's a practice that can transform our perspective, enhance our well-being, and ultimately lead us to a more fulfilling and meaningful existence. Embracing Stoic wisdom for a more resilient and fulfilling life. As the sun sets on another day, we are left with the echoes of ancient wisdom resonating in our modern world. These 7 Stoic lessons, understanding what's in our control, reflecting before reacting, practicing dispassion, asking ourselves, will this matter in 5 years, keeping a Stoic journal, seeing obstacles as opportunities, and practicing gratitude, offer a powerful framework for navigating life's challenges, mastering our emotions, and cultivating a more resilient and fulfilling existence. How will you harness these Stoic lessons to shape your tomorrow? How will you integrate these principles into your daily life, transforming your responses to adversity and cultivating greater inner peace and joy? We encourage you to experiment with these practices, to adapt them to your own unique circumstances, and to discover the transformative power of Stoic wisdom for yourself. We are eager to hear your thoughts and experiences. Share your insights in the comments below, and let's continue this journey of self-discovery together, supporting one another as we strive to live more virtuous, resilient, and meaningful lives. We hope you enjoyed this exploration of Stoic principles, and we are thankful for you joining us on this journey. Until next time, stay curious, stay grounded, and never stop seeking wisdom. Remember, you have the power to shape your own life, to choose your own responses, and to live in accordance with your values. Embrace the Stoic path, and embark on a journey of self-discovery and personal growth that will lead you to a more fulfilling and meaningful existence.